Aaliyah, can you describe what it feels like to cross the finish line knowing you just punched a ticket to Paris?
Yes, it means like everything because I dreamed of it as a little kid since starting track and going to Olympics always been like a big deal. And plus it was in Paris and I always wanted to go to Paris. And so I was like the Olympics and Paris at the same time is like something that could happen.
When did you know? I mean, like as a kid, when did you start to think, okay, maybe one day this is going to be a reality? Was there like a season in high school or something when you ran a time where you thought, okay, I'm on the road to this?
Yes, my freshman year in high school when I broke the state record and I ran 52 for the first time is when I realized like I could be like really good at this.
So,
When did you pronounce your name for me, your first name, please?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. I apologize. When did you first realize in life that you were fast, right? Like exceptionally fast? Was there a time for that?
I really don't know. My mom just threw me in track and I started winning meets. And after that, I just kept running and running and running, and she never took me out of it.
Were your parents athletic as well?
My dad, I don't know about my mom.
Is that right?
can you take us through your spring? I mean, I mean, obviously NCAs didn't go as well as you would have liked. I mean, you ran set a school record at the SEC outdoors, and then prelims and NCAs maybe weren't what you wanted. I mean, what has this spring and early summer been like?
It's been good, hard, and everything. I just couldn't like SECs, it was like the best race ever. So going to like NCAAs, I thought, okay, I'm having another good race. And after I ran prelims, it did not go well. I was like in this mindset, like, oh my gosh, what's like going on? And I just had to talk to my coaches and get back right and get ready for the Olympic trials because I knew it wasn't over.
How do you flip that switch? I mean, did you do anything? Did you like step away? I mean, clear your head? How do you sort of reset your mind to kind of go in fresh, not thinking about maybe some races that didn't go well?
I just had to tell myself the past is the past and that I'm in the present and I have to keep working hard and also talking to my coaches and them motivating me to be better.
Can
Aaliyah,
you tell? Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry. Obviously, Aaliyah, there's a rich tradition of Olympians at the University of Georgia, especially in the track and field program. Just kind of curious, how much of that did you kind of know about when you got to Georgia? And now that you're in this Olympic mix, have you heard from a lot of Georgia Olympians, maybe not just the ones that are currently in school there, but maybe others who have gone before you? Is there a support system there? What's kind of your interaction and just your in that environment where they've had so many Olympic athletes there at the school?
I think it's amazing and like our new locker room has like all the Olympians on the walls and I was like I want to be there one day and to see them kind of gave me like motivation every day to be better and I haven't heard yet from any Olympians from Georgia, but I'm pretty sure I am going to soon.
Can I ask you, Aaliyah? I mean, obviously, running what you did as a freshman in high school, your reputation preceded you coming to Georgia. Coach Carroll has been very deliberate in trying to build the sprints program. What was it about that? Because you would have been at the forefront of kind of answering her vision as opposed to the reality that it's become.
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
Well, I made it way too complicated. Coach Carroll has obviously increased the sprints program at Georgia. What was it? What did she sell you on? Come run for me at Georgia. Make the most of what your gifts are.
I kind of knew about Coach Carroll before recruitment and stuff and how her team was at USC. And when she went to Georgia, it was a little closer to home and going there and visit her, she kind of like told me that when I get here, she's gonna have me ready to do big things.
So, what is your schedule like between now and the games? I mean, do you have a little time to come back here, or is it a sprint to get to Paris?
Going back home for once to Florida, and then I'll be back in Athens on like July 8th to train, and then I have no idea. So after that.
So,
Did your
is there a
family
part
come
of
out
you that
to
still can't believe this is reality?
Probably tomorrow.
Did your family come out to Oregon to watch you compete in the trials?
No, they stayed back home in Florida and watched on the TV late at night.
So are you going home? Is going to be the first time they're seeing you after you've
Yes, tomorrow.
qualified. All right, sweet. That's going to be a fun celebration, probably.
So what happens to your phone after you win? I mean, after you earn a ticket to Paris? I mean, can you give us an estimate on like text messages and phone messages and things? Are you still
Yeah,
getting
there
back to
was a
people?
lot. It was a lot. I had to delete Instagram before the race, so when I like re-downloaded it, it started like blowing up my phone and everything. And I was trying to like text everybody and call everybody else calling me and tell them thank you for all the like prayers and support. Yeah, it was just my phone haven't stopped ringing.
Aaliyah, congrats. I wanted to ask again about the moment that you crossed the finish line and it started to sink in that this was really happening. I know you said you haven't really thought about it and maybe tomorrow it'll really sink in, but just take us through that moment when you did cross the finish line.
I knew I was top 3 when I crossed the finish line. I just went out there and like gave it my all the last 100. And when I turned around and looked at the billboard and I saw my name in second place, I was like, oh my gosh, this really happened. And I was like very excited. And I started like hugging everybody because everybody was going to Paris in that heat.
What was your
mentioned-
injury I'm sorry, what was your injury that hung you up at nationals, at NCAAs?
It was like my hamstring, but it really wasn't an injury. I just kept feeling it and it kind of got in my head and messed up everything that I went through. And the week before at NCC, I didn't practice that whole week. So I was like, I don't know if I can run really good at NCAAs. And that really like messed up my mindset and everything. And yeah, it just wasn't good. It was like more like a hamstring thing, but it was just sore.
You mentioned how excited you are just to go to Paris, but what aspect of the Olympics are you most looking forward to?
The opening ceremony and like wearing the uniform and stuff.
Why are you so excited to go to Paris? What are you most looking forward to there?
The food, the Alpha Tower, and like touring the stores and stuff and seeing like historic buildings and everything.
You mentioned that you would see the Georgia Olympians on the wall and you said you wanted to be. Were there any other athletes maybe that while you were growing up and getting into running, did you look up to any? Did you inspired by any, whether the Olympians or just famous athletes as a kid growing up? I mean, who did you kind of look up to or kind of, hey, I want to be that person someday?
I look up to Sonia Richardson Ross because she's from Florida, and everybody told me like I kind of like run like her, and that I'm probably gonna like be something like her like one day. And just like hearing her name over and over again throughout my career, I was like, okay, I could do it just like her. And also Allyson Felix, and see her run for so long and be able to like go to the Olympics and still win medals.
Did you run the race you wanted to? I mean, like, did you have a specific plan for where, you know what I mean, where you wanted to be? I mean, you're obviously in a good spot in what I think lane 5. And I mean, can you kind of take us through that part of it? I mean, was it the race you wanted to run, or did it kind of go differently, but obviously worked out very well?
That was the race I wanted to run. I just wanted to get out and stay in the race at the beginning and at the end go really hard because my coach was like, if you get out and you stay in the race, nobody probably can't beat you coming home.
On that note, what in
No, go ahead.
particular what in particular are you looking to improve before competing?
Definitely my start. Like, can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah, just like what aspect of your running are you most looking to improve prior to competing?
Oh, definitely my start and my technique throughout the whole track and being more confident while running and being more content and telling myself, like, you got this, you're not tired, and like run through the finish line.
You
Leah,
mentioned
said the one quick thing. Leah, you said the reality probably won't sink in until tomorrow, but you have team processing for Team USA in about 2 hours. So what are your expectations for that? How excited are you for that?
I'm very excited, but they told me it was gonna take like 3 hours, so kind of bumped it down. But yeah, I'm excited to get the uniform and really see like my hard work like come to life.
You mentioned in the answer before that your confidence is something you're trying to build even more. Is that something also you feel like you've grown since NCAs? I know you had the injury as well, but is that another way you've kind of seen yourself grow mentally in that time?
Yes, I have like definitely grown more confidence and like talking to my coach throughout the whole week because she made us stay here in Oregon and train. So like seeing that track every single day has built my confidence and knowing like I just told myself like this is my track and that I want to win on it. And I kept gaining confidence from that. And like she was always there supporting me and Coach Cream.
Aaliyah, these are the fastest people in the world. Have you let yourself dream as far as being on a medal stand in that environment?
I know I could do it. I always dreamed that far. Like I never put a limit on myself. And I always tell myself like you work very hard, you could always get what you want.
Aaliyah, one more. Right now you're the only current Georgia track and field athlete, but we have the chance of teammate training partner in Christopher Morales Williams making it for Team Canada, who's a fellow sophomore. So what would it mean to have him there or another teammate competing right alongside you, like an Alina Kulichenko in the high jump or something like that?
It would mean everything to me to see my other teammates go to the Olympics and see how their hard work paid off because I see them at practice every single day, especially Christopher, and training with him, see how he puts in the work and seeing Elena, how she always jumping over the bar at practice. Like that also gave me motivation to do good because I saw them doing good and I wanted to be like, we all could go to Paris.